For the third time this year, the House of Representatives have passed a short-term extension of federal funding to keep the government running for 3 more weeks. With us now to discuss is Bloomberg Congress editor Joe Sobczyk. And Joe, of course, kicking the can down the road a bit. Is this enough momentum that we've seen from the House for the Senate to pass this before the holidays?
Well, it looks right now like the Senate is going to vote tonight on the continuing resolution, which will fund the government through January 19th. There is a mood in Congress of they're ready to get out of town. There's a bit of fatigue after the tax debate and everything else. So it looks like it will probably clear the Senate tonight, head to President Trump's desk for him to sign it, and averting a shutdown that otherwise would have started at midnight Friday.
Joe, I mean, we have to add in those words, for now, right? It's averting the shutdown right. For now. So what happens when Congress returns from the holiday?
Well, they've got a very messy plate of items that they're going to have to deal with. One is, of course, getting a full year funding for the government. And that includes really some tough negotiations on raising budget limits for defense and domestic spending. They have to get an agreement on that, and that is not going to be easy. There are a lot of Republicans who are resisting that, except for defense. And Democrats won't go for the defense increases without also some domestic increases. Then they have to approve, the Senate primarily has to go through and approve budgets for all the federal agencies. And then there's a whole host of other things that are still left over for the lawmakers to take up, including dealing with stabilizing the Obamacare markets. There are promises from Mitch McConnell and the White House that they'll work on getting a deal on immigration and for the so-called dreamers, those who are brought to the country illegally as children. And then Paul Ryan wants to move on to a big, what will be a very, very big and difficult issue of trying to reform welfare and entitlement programs, along with President Trump's desire to have a big infrastructure bill. So it's a big can that they've kicked down the road.